try to squirt them all in there. Yeah! Hey!
2 feet low. I was holding where that little white paper is right down there.
The Highlander Murdoch pistol. This pistol is known as the Highlander, or the Dune, or the Murdoch. Now let me explain to you how it has 3 names. The story of this pistol begins in 1647 when a Flemish refugee named Mr. Thomas Cadell came to Doon, Scotland. And he was a blacksmith and he designed a pistol. He wanted to make a pistol that was fit for the Scottish Highlander. It had to be slim, very slim. It had to be an all-metal design because wood for building pistols was pretty rare at the time in Scotland. And it had to be reliable and a good pistol. It had to be beautiful, another thing was. So, he designed this pistol right here, and this was known as the Dune, or because it was made in Doon, Scotland. The reason why he sold these, and another reason he sold these in Doon, was because Highlanders would come out of the Highlands and take their cattle, they'd drive their cattle down to Stirling, and they'd sell them in Stirling. And on their way back, they'd come through Doon. And as all good Scotsmen, they like to go buy firearms with their money. So, this was very popular with the Highlander. A little while later, this thing really caught on with a lot of big nobility and everybody else. Everybody liked him. One of his designs was, if you'll notice, was there's no trigger guard here, and there's this really weird ball on the trigger. His theory was that you would hold it, you'd load it, you'd close your prison, and you'd carry it on half-cock. And what you would do is, you could pull it up, you could throw your hammer back and fire faster if you weren't trying to dig around through a trigger guard. But, if that works or not, I don't know. Like I said though, this thing got some pretty good credibility with nobility and everybody else. And everybody wanted kind of a fancier design, and that's where this fellow named Murdoch came in. And he engraved them and put silver and gold inlays, so that's why you could kind of call this a Murdoch, but this is really a Dune, or just a Highlander. So that's the kind of the history of it. It got very popular with certain regiments, certain Highlander regiments. And a matter of fact, there was this one guy, what's his name? Oh yeah, Pitcairn, who carried one to the New World, or at that time, the colonies, and he was put in charge of trying to put down a rebellion in this little town called Lexington. And he made these famous words of, "Lay down your arms and disperse." Well, that comment aged like milk, because he did not survive the day. However, they did include a pair of very elaborate, decorated Murdoch pistols. And yes, they were Murdochs. So, some people actually speculate that he may have been the one that fired the shot heard around the world. If that's the case, then this firearm right here is the reason why the United States is in existence. Kind of a funny thought. Is it true? I don't know. But anyhow, some other design details is it had to have, the Highlanders had this thing for this, the butt of the pistol being shaped like a ram's head or a flared heart. And in the middle is what's called an acorn. Now the acorn, if you unscrew it, and this one's kind of a long-winded thread, you can unscrew this acorn, and you have a built-in pick for your flash hole. So if your flash hole gets plugged, you shove this in there and you got yourself a pick. Also, you'll notice the way I'm holding it is a little odd here. Let me screw this back in, I'll show you. You'll notice I'm not holding it like a pistol right now. We know it's unloaded because I just shot it, and it's not exactly what you'd call an assault pistol. Not that it couldn't be used to assault somebody with. I'm sure they have been used for that quite a bit in the past, but the theory is you shoot your one shot, and if you got another enemy coming, you now have a very sturdy war club. This thing would actually make a pretty good melee weapon, especially with that little the flash hole, the pick for the flash hole there. That thing would not feel good to get cracked across the head with. So, enough of me talking about it. That's the history. Let's shoot some more with it. Now we're using 40 grains of powder here. And we're going to try something that's a little historically inaccurate, but we're going to shoot a 49 caliber maxi ball out of this thing. This is just kind of for fun here. Ram down good and hard. Let's see how this thing shoots. That all good and put down. Alright, so the real test of this is, will the Murdoch penetrate a face mask? They say these are supposed to save your life. Well, let's see. I'm going to get close so I don't miss. I'll probably still miss. Nope, I don't think it will. It broke the string. Oh, we got her firing now, guys. Like I said, just look at this thing. Look at the beauty of this pistol. It's nice. It's small. Now, it doesn't have a trigger guard, but on half cock, you should be good in that respect. Very nice. Also, if you look on this side, another feature that's really handy is this really nice belt clip. So in theory, you can have this thing loaded, strapped onto your belt, and if, you know, somebody says Bonnie Prince Charlie was not the greatest prince of all, you can whip her out there and give it to him. What do you say we take this little thing and have some real fun with it and show you how you should really be using it? You see, Davey, whenever I fight, I like my enemies to be in front of me. As I see it, we have 3 points of entry in this room. That window, the skylights, and the door. Here they come. Hey, Davey!
It's coming frae the Highlands, man, come ye a' the way. Saw ye MacDonald and his men as they came in for Skye. We diddy-I-O, and fall on the door, the diddy-I-O, aye. It's I was near and you, that I their number saw. There were 50,000 Highland men marching to Harlaw. We diddy-I-O, and fall on the door, the diddy-I-O, aye. Can that be true since James the Rose? They'll no come muckle speed. They'll cry upon our merry men and turn our horses' heat. We diddy-I-O and fall in the door, the diddy-I-O, aye. Oh, now, says John the Great, this thing will never be. Where the gallant Grahames were never beat, we'll try what we can do. We diddy-I-O and fall in the door, the diddy-I-O, aye. Get on and further on and tuning by Harlaw. They fell for close on Alka-Side's extraction never saw. We diddy-I-O and the fall on the door, the diddy-I-O, aye. They fell for close on Alka-Side's extraction never saw. And Alka-Sword get clash for clash at the battle, oh Harlaw. We diddy-I-O and the fall on the door, the diddy-I-O, aye. The Highland men with their long swords laid on us to sail, and they drift back for merry men, 3 acres breadth from there. We diddy-I-O. brother both, this thing will never be. You'll tuck your tweed sword in your hand, you'll come in with me. We diddy-I-O, fall in the dough, and a diddy-I-O, yeah.
We got some candy corn here.
Hammer down.
One more. This thing is a little bit of a blunderbuss. So we'll see. Will it candy corn?
Shoot the mask off that there jacket.
Well, it's back to back, the brothers both get down amongst the throng.
Halloween.
And they drive back the Highlander men when the swords go sharp and long. We diddy-I-O, fall in the dough, and a diddy-I-O, yeah. And the first one stricken for the strip, he got MacDonald real. And the next one stricken for the strip, the brave MacDonald fell. We diddy-I-O, and fall in the dough, and a diddy-I-O, yeah.
Who says candy corn isn't deadly?
All that sugar and honey could blow your brains out. I'm looking for that's pretty cool.
Those things actually went so through.
Yeah.
Those little X's hold it. It's 30 gallons.
So if you guys are wondering what to use for home defense, you don't want over penetration. I had to do it. Anyhow, guys, that's the Highlander or the Dim or the Murdoch. That's what it is. Thank you for watching.